What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the podcast. We made some upgrades. Did we not?
We did. We really did.
The audio you're hearing right now is probably a lot better than it used to be. So, thank God for technology, right?
Shout out, Dad.
Yeah. A little bit of an upgrade here. But today we have a fun idea in our podcast. Kind of shout out to the Bill Simmons podcast just for a rankings idea perspective type thing.
In a different way.
Yeah, just trying to think of a different type of rankings that's not very...
It's like almost like a tier system, but also it is rankings, but it's also like a topic that's very different. It's not like...
We tried to think of something that wasn't argumentative.
But it's going to be.
Probably is. So, did our best.
Yeah. But we're going to talk about the top under 25 players based upon potential. So who has the most potential out of all players under 25 years of age?
Top 30.
Top 30. My bad.
A lot of 25.
Yes. So everybody on the list will be 25 or younger. It's going to be 30 guys, but I also have honorable mentions.
Is that 10 honorable mentions?
Yeah, we got a good chunk of honorable mentions. Most of them are just because I have fun watching them. They're really good. Mentions. And some of them are just question marks that I just don't know how good they could get. But let's just rattle through the honorable mentions real quick. So this list I created, and me and Josh are going to kind of tweak it a little, make it better based on both of our opinions and beliefs. But honorable mentions outside of the top 30, we got Wiseman, Jordan Poole, Tyrese Maxey, Tyler Hero, Cam Thomas, Trey Murphy, Jalen Suggs, Wendell Carter Jr., Jalen Duren, Dyson Daniels, Keldon Johnson, and Anthony Simons. Anybody from that list you think top 30 based on potential? I think 30 is solid, but there's movement.
We could definitely we'll talk about that a little bit more when we start talking about the first five. But just go through a few guys. I think Maxey's somebody that's probably really close.
I'll give you the guys that I think could easily be anywhere from 26 to 30 are Wiseman, Jordan Poole, Maxey, Wendell Carter, Duren, Daniels.
Wait, who's the first guy? So
Wiseman.
Yeah.
I think all of those guys could easily be in this top 30.
Oh, for sure. I'm just saying Maxey's probably on the top of my list just because, just thinking about
he was phenomenal.
His trade potential though too.
But all right.
Trade potential, playing potential. I think he could be the face of after. Oh, never mind. They'll be in the same span. If he got traded, he could be a face of a program, team, franchise.
You really think so?
Depending on where it went, obviously. But
that's
like if you sent him to San Antonio right now, I think he's the face of the franchise. But that's also San Antonio's giving everybody up. But I think he definitely has all-star potential. Soon,
yes.
All-star potential, and it depends on where he takes that. It definitely could reach superstar potential, star potential.
All right, Maxey is one of those guys to me. Is that when I'm looking now, we'll talk about that first group. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna rattle off the first group. So it's 27 to 30. We'll go 30 is DeJounte Murray. 29, Jonathan Kuminga.
Wait. You're not going to say your names?
28, Davion Mitchell. And 27, Franz Wagner. So
this group
I really freaking enjoy watching these guys and they really impact the game. That is that group.
It's the name of the group.
And I just, all right, Maxey for that group, I don't know who I'd pick to take out.
I would take DeJounte Murray out. I already said this to you the other day.
I don't know how you don't see his potential. The dude has.
I don't think he's gonna get much better. That's the thing. I think Maxey has more potential. Maxey's 4 years younger, and he's pretty close to what DeJounte Murray does.
No, DeJounte Murray low key a triple double. Like
he is, but Maxey's also a 40-piece waiting to happen.
So is DeJounte. No, you're telling me DeJounte can't go out there and get 40
on any given night?
Yeah,
he gets hot. No.
Wow. Okay.
I'm
just
like,
your opinion.
I like DeJounte Murray. I just think Maxey has more potential.
I think
Yes.
Like yes. I think DeJounte is gonna have more All-Star appearances, more All NBA appearances, possibly, and I think that he's gonna have a better chance of winning more throughout his career. Yeah.
Just thinking situation right now though. Like that's
okay, but long term, they're 25 and under.
How old's Maxey? 21.
20, low 20s.
And DeJounte's 25.
I think DeJounte's 24.
No, we looked this up. DeJounte's 25. Because you were like, oh wait,
yeah. He just turned 25. But
you kind of changed the rules of this thing to put DeJounte Murray in. I know.
No, I looked him up.
Weren't you starting it as like under 25?
First I did under, and I asked you, is it over because of
DeJounte Murray?
No, that was the end of the list. It was somebody in the top 15, and then because he just turned 25, this other guy.
I think
so
that,
I was like,
back to my argument.
Before you go, I think that
everything else is fine.
Anthony Simons, Dyson Daniels,
Anthony Simons could
Wendell Carter, Jordan Poole, and Wiseman all have more upside than Maxey. I see them being better than Maxey at the end of the day. Like Maxey to me tops out as a really good 6-man.
Maxey's better than all of them right now.
Right now, but this is potential. The list is potential.
And I think he probably...
How much better can Maxey get? If DeJounte's argument is how much better could he get being a triple-double machine?
I think Maxey could be a 20-5 guy. As an off-ball threat.
DeJounte has shown that he could average 24, 7, and 7 on a bad team. Like the dude has no teammates and he gets 7 assists.
On a bad team.
He had no teammates and he got 7 assists.
He got 24 points on a bad team.
Let's see what he does in Atlanta.
Maxey got 18
in the playoffs, not regular season.
When he finally got minutes.
He
started. After the Seth Curry trade.
Yes.
He got the ball more. I'm so sorry I tapped the table.
You might screw up my mic. That's all I'm saying.
Mm.
But I am.
Anthony Simons is Anthony Simons is an easier argument too. And I'm going with Maxey. I just love Maxey.
I'm keeping what I got. I don't think that
I don't care if you keep what you got. I don't think DeJounte Murray is top 30.
Okay, cool. But we're gonna move ahead because this ain't going anywhere.
DeJounte Murray.
The next group is 20.
No. DeJounte
We're gonna
Murray
talk in circles because I'm a big DeJounte Murray fan.
That's bias. I could put Wiseman, Maxey,
I think
Dyson Daniels, Keldon Johnson, Anthony Simons, and that's Jalen Suggs in that spot.
All right, I'm just saying that DeJounte, based on what he has done so far, every season he has progressed an insane amount, and now he's on a competitive team for the first time. Let's see what happens.
Competitive.
Atlanta's gonna be really good.
Gave up their whole bench.
They're gonna be really.
They're gonna be good.
They were they had too much depth to the point that guys weren't getting run.
But at the same time, they gave up a lot of that, and they kept all the old guys.
We'll see. They're going to be competitive. You can't argue that they're not going to be.
They'll be a playoff team, maybe play-in team.
But, okay. I think Wiseman's a valid argument, but I think his injury history is what I took him out of it for.
Okay, yeah, that's a good argument.
I think Poole and Maxey and Hero are all in that same category, and I think DeJounte Murray has that star factor to him, where DeJounte can be the second best guy on a championship level roster, but I don't know if any of those other three could be a second best guy.
I don't think any of these guys. Well,
DeJounte could.
Wiseman could. I don't think
I
DeJounte
think
could.
if we're going,
I think DeJounte could be like a Chris Paul on a Suns, like on a
second best player
on next year's Suns team.
Well, he's still the second best player at the moment, so you can't even speak on
next
that.
Next year, no, next year's Suns team.
Then
with Kevin Durant, that guy.
Could we just talk about the list?
I had to bring it up at one point on the list.
I think Wendell could possibly be a second best player. I love Wendell. Dyson, we don't know. He's a big guard. Let's just see how he develops. I think that there's a lot of question marks. He did get a lot better throughout the year in the G League.
I feel like he's in the same category as Wiseman for different reasons.
Yeah.
Just because he got so much better throughout the G League, but before that he wasn't supposed to get picked. So
And then Keldon Johnson is very good, but I just don't see him being as much of a star. I think Anthony Simons is the best argument to swap in.
But I'm a Maxey guy.
Okay.
So it would either be Anthony Simons.
You did just
fine.
debunk.
We'll keep your thing, Jacob. That's fine.
You just debunked.
Cool.
I actually thought the most movable guy was Davion Mitchell out of that group, but apparently not.
Oh yeah, you could definitely. That went right by me just because DeJounte.
Because you were getting blown by the. Actually, I'm gonna take Davion out. I'm gonna move everyone up a spot. And I'm putting Anthony in at 30.
29. Leave your guy at 30.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do.
Simons. So now it's DeJounte Murray 30, Simons 29, Kuminga 28,
and Franz 27. Now we're going to go to our second group, 26 to 21, which is classified as solidified in identity, but these guys have potential to be great. So it's a group of guys that are on the older side of this, but they could be really good. So Jamal Murray coming off a torn ACL, 26. We got DeAndre Ayton at 25, De'Aaron Fox at 24, Jaren Jackson Jr. at 23, Jared Allen at 22, and Brandon Ingram at 21. I think Brandon Ingram has to stay at the top of this group.
Oh, for sure, yes.
And then I think the movement comes with Jaren Jackson and Jared Allen.
Jared Allen too.
I think
Jamal Murray.
How high would you put him?
How old is
he? He's probably 24, 25. He's on the later end of this. All these guys are on the later end. We're gonna look that up real quick.
The thing is, I feel like you already said that on the thing. He already solidified himself. But
he's 25. He turns 26 in February. He did solidify himself, but I also think
he solidified himself. But then injury. I would move him back, honestly, to 28.
That's a fair, very fair, because Franz and Kuminga have a lot of potential.
Yes. I would move him back to 28, and then how old is Jared Allen? 22.
Jared Allen's young, 22, 23. Yeah.
Look that up.
My thing would be
he's either 23 or somehow.
I wanted Jaren Jackson.
He's 27.
No, he's under 25.
Jaren Jackson is just injury prone.
If he didn't get hurt, he would be probably top 12.
I think he'd stay the same, but
he's 24. Jared Allen.
Okay. I would think Jared Jackson would stay the same, but best player in the NBA, he'd be better if he moved up.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess probably his potential would move up too, just because he's had more time to work out the kinks type thing. But yeah,
I'm fair with that movement.
I would just move Jamal Murray back to 28, which you did. I would keep everything else.
I think Ayton's in a good spot. I think Jared Allen showed insane improvement last year, and I think the sky's the limit for him. Like, he could be top 3 center in basketball by the time he gets to his prime. Brandon Ingram, I think, is the slippery one. He is at the top of the group. He's at 21 in terms of potential because the guy could score like nobody's business.
I think he can play defense. Like,
he's an underrated defender. Underrated defender.
Yeah, he is, but like I think he could be like borderline All NBA.
I think he's an All NBA talent.
All like NBA defensive team.
Oh, got you.
Like he has the length, he has the athleticism. Like his length he's plus wingspan, and he's like 6'10".
Yeah, I think that my only thing with him is that he's kind of like I don't see the insane he's improved
insanely,
but I just don't know how much more he has. How high is the ceiling?
That's fair.
Because he's very good right now, and I just don't know how much better he can get, especially with Zion returning, and they have so much more talent on that team in the short term that I think like what he does right now is kind of going to be like what he does for a little bit now. And then I don't know
how much he could improve offensively.
There's gaps.
There's room, but
playmaking especially.
Yeah, I don't think that like, I feel like his big jump would be defensively, and just as like a leader in a leadership role.
Yeah, so like that's why that goes with it too, because you're even saying like how much better could he get? Like that's why I put him this low
offensively.
Yeah,
but like defense, like it's a good spot. It's a good spot.
I also formulated this on impact to winning because I think once we get higher up, I put a lot of guys at the top-ish because I think like they could be the best player on a championship team, which I think there's one that I'm looking at right now that I'm going to shift when we get there. But all right, let's get to the next group.
Wait,
so
I feel like I wanted to say something else. It's kind of nitpicky, but I would flip Ayton and Fox. Just because I think Ayton could be a top 3 center in the NBA.
I think Fox could be a top 5 point guard in a much more crowded field. I think that's like it's fair. I think it's a good spot for both of them.
So it's a little nitpicky. But
I know you Suns fans, but
yeah, we hated Ayton 2 weeks ago, man. Now we love him again.
So the next group's 15 to 20, and it turned out to be all guards. So I titled it "The Guards of the Future." We got 20 Darius Garland,
also known as the guard.
No,
Ian of the Galaxy.
All right. So at 20 we got Darius Garland. At 19 we got Josh Getty. At 18 we got Tyrese Halliburton. At 17 we got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. 16, Jaden Ivey, and 15, Trae Young. So before you go in, I know what you're going to go in with because you think Josh Giddey's too low. I think that a big part of why I put him where he was because
Chill. Hello?
You good?
Gotta go to
You good?
Pause. 3, 2, 1.
Is the light on?
Yeah, I don't know why it wasn't picking it up. Okay.
Check your settings.
You got
system.
That was like stuffed with paper not too long ago. A long time ago, and like in my backpack.
All right, let's just get.
Wait, start yours at 1858. Okie dokie.
So we came back from some technical difficulties, which happen on every single podcast. But, so I know you're going to dive in to Josh Getty because you think he needs to be higher. I put Josh Getty at 19 just because I think his ability to score will make a ceiling for him, even though he is going to be one of the best playmakers in basketball. Is that fair? I just don't see him.
Josh Getty.
So because
I think Josh Getty's perfect.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about him.
No.
Because for me, Tyrese Halliburton, Shai Gilgeous, Jaden Ivey, and Trae Young, I think could all be lead guards on a championship level team in 5 years.
I would move. Never mind. I think that's good. I was gonna say Trae Young back, but
You can't.
yeah.
What he's done so far. Imagine him with I think Capella's a great fit. I think John Collins should get moved for a spacer, like a pure spacer, because you already got a vertical threat. I love the addition of DeJounte to ease up some space around him. I think he's going to have an awesome year because he's going to finally get to show us what he can do off the ball. He's already one of the best passers in basketball. Mm-hmm. His lob floater thing he does is just marvelous. I think I think it's not right if I put him lower in this group, especially because he's the most solidified and he's also 22 years old.
I mean, the thing it is throughout this whole list, the margins are that much.
Yeah.
So I'm what I'm thinking is him and Darius Garland I would see as equal potential wise.
I think Trae Young has shown more than Darius, but also Darius
as a player,
is
yes.
younger.
That's what I'm saying. Darius is a few years younger than him.
I think
That's
Darius.
why I would think that they would be equal.
I think Darius actually. This might be a little wild, but I think Darius could end up being a better scorer than Trae Young because I think Darius has a much better second level.
Yeah. Well.
Than Trae.
Trae has a really good floater.
But but they both have really good floaters. The thing that makes Trae's floater special is that you don't know if he's throwing a lob or not.
That's why, Garland has a pull-up kind of.
Yeah, but it's it's nitpicky because both guys are gonna be really freaking good for a long time.
I just think, but then the in between, it all fits together. They're basically all I would say that they're all the same potential.
Yeah.
They're basically all 15.
I think that if there were to be movement, maybe move Ivy back just because I don't know how good of a passer he's going to be compared to Shai and Tyrese. But
the thing with Ivy, though, rookies are always going to be high on this list just because mixture between, not only hype, but potential that you see through the summer league, especially guards and wings.
Yeah.
But you see what they could do on the floor in summer league, and I mean summer league's not always the best indicator.
No, yeah, that's what we said last. You can't base anything off of summer league.
But Jaden Ivey's special. He's definitely going to be something very special in this league.
Yeah.
Or he has the potential to be something. That's why I feel like he should be that high on the list. Maybe you could move him back to 18 and move those three up, or even 20.
I'm gonna leave
19,
it.
sorry. Or 20 and just put him in the back of this list just because of how thin of a margin it is between all of them. But
I think I'm gonna leave it. I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
That section. But now we're on to our 10 to 14. Talent without question. Let's see where they go. So, 14, Jabari Smith. 13, Bam Adebayo. 12, Evan Mobley. 11, Jalen Green. And 10, Paolo Banchero. So, give me your thoughts.
first of all,
Jabari was not on this list originally, and Josh had to remind me that he is really good at the game.
we say Banchero and Banchero?
I said Caro.
Banchero? If you went and watched our... No, you're not going to be able to see it. If you went and watched our lovely Orlando Magic video, we said it differently throughout the video. And we watched it back. And I was like, someone's going to say something about it. No one said it yet. So if you want to go and comment on our video and say, hey, you guys say Banchero differently. Just tell us which way it's correct. Not trying to get any
You might as well hit the subscribe button while you're at it, right? But
I feel like you attack Jabari Smith's floor too much. Because he has a low floor, but he has a really high ceiling.
I honestly, Summer League, you can't weigh anything.
He did horrible in the Summer League. He played really good defense, but offensively he had no flow. He was shooting horrible shots. He was only out there for himself. But defensively, he was in the right spots at all times.
He's about to be on a team with Jalen Green for the foreseeable future, and Jalen Green is an alpha, and Jabari Smith is not an alpha. Fair? I don't think Jabari's an alpha. I think Auburn would have made an Elite Eight, Final Four, if he was an alpha. Is that wrong to say? I really do think Jabari's ceiling is not as high.
You didn't watch him.
I watched Jabari Smith in college.
You watched Jabari Smith, but you didn't watch that team. Those guards
were really good. Shout out Zep.
Not Zep, the other one. The guards and somebody else. That Green or something. Wendell or something Green. I think. I don't know. But their backup point guard, who ended up being their starter or played starter minutes, dude held the ball. He couldn't get the ball.
All right, but I honestly thought he'd be a more offensively imposing guy, but I thought Summer League was impressive in terms of its defense. So I just see him as being one of the best 3-and-D guys in basketball, just because he's 7 feet tall. He's going to be really good on defense, and I think he's going to be able to knock down an open three. I do not think his shot creation ability is going to be better.
Dude, he's 19 years old.
I don't think he's going to be better.
19 years old.
Evan Mobley and Scotty Barnes are going to be better in the long term than Jabari Smith, in my opinion.
They will. That's why.
Scotty is in the next group, but Evan Mobley is going to be a better player than Jabari Smith.
The thing is that Bam should be there. Bam could arguably be moved up.
Bam, I didn't know where to put Bam because
because he's shown so much, but I don't know if it's something mental. I don't know if it's if he was aggressive 24/7 in all
he'd be in the
every
top 5.
Game, he would be a top 10 player in the NBA.
Yes. Yes. That's why the name of the group is Talent Without Question. Let's see where they go.
Just because of Bam?
Honestly, Bam was a huge part of that. But then you look at this, Evan Mobley, there's a ton of talent. Let's see where he goes.
Evan Mobley could be moved up.
He has a ton of different direction he can go. And then you even look at Jalen Green, offensive talent out, one of the most unique and most explosive scorers we've seen for his age. And then the other end of the floor, it's kind of abysmal. So, let's see where he goes if he just, turns into a Trae Young type of guy, or if he really steps in and becomes
the bee's knees.
Becomes that, fully, 2 end of the floor, I'm going to give you everything I got. I'm trying to win. I could see him being a championship level player, he is a franchise guy, I think in the future, but that relies on him being better defensively. And then Paolo is special, and he's gonna be the best player on that team from day one, in my opinion. So it's him and Franz.
Yes, yeah. That's what I'm saying. I think Franz is gonna be first year. I mean, Paolo definitely has off the blocks. It's skill and talent. He's definitely good. I feel he's probably gonna be front runner for Rookie of the Year for most of the year, unless somebody else surprises everybody. But
there's a guy in the next group that I really keep looking at his name, and I'm willing to move him behind Jabari.
No.
I'm willing to, but like I know it's a stretch a little bit, but it's just because of something. Once like I talk about it, but any more things about this group in particular? Anywhere you want to move some way or something?
I feel like Jabari needs to move up, but I don't
Who's
know where.
He beating?
Because
yeah.
Bam's above him. Mobley's arguably should be moved up. I think Jalen Green could be moved back, but at the same time, it'd be by that much.
Yeah. Paolo's going to be special.
Which, if you're only listening to this, it's a very small margin.
Paolo's going to be special.
And Paolo should be there. I mean, Paolo probably could be moved back by a very small margin again. But Paolo could also be moved up by a very small margin.
No, not moved up. So we're going to go to the next group, 9-4, Freaks of Nature. At 9, we got Scotty Barnes. 8, Cade Cunningham. 7, LaMelo Ball. 6, Chet Holmgren. Wait, where's this going? 4? Right, yeah. 5 is Anthony Edwards, and 4 is Zion Williamson. So I know how Josh feels about number 4 on this list.
Zion's moving up.
But the guy that, to talk about the last group, I think LaMelo can move back to like 14. And I would not like.
Yeah, because they're all together. I think Scotty Barnes should move up to 5. 6.
Over Ant?
I think he should be over. I think he should be 6. I think he should be over. Not over Anthony Edwards because they're the same age. Anthony Edwards is a year older, and Anthony Edwards is already a franchise player.
Anthony Edwards is the.
But so is Scotty Barnes.
Scotty's going to be that guy.
Like next year, he's going to be like a 20 and 10 guy.
Cade's going to be that guy too. They're building around him.
I just think Scotty Barnes has so much more potential than Cade. I don't know why.
Really?
I think Scotty's in a perfect situation now to grow, and he's going to have the. What's the word I'm looking for? He's going to be put in the playoff situations that early. He's going to have the experience very early on in his career to definitely be like ready for those big time moments, playoff series, like all that stuff. But I think he's in such a perfect situation in Toronto.
All right. So I just moved some things. We moved LaMelo back to 14. It just feels better for me. And
Paolo up to 8.
Everyone,
I would keep Chet above Paolo though, just by like a very small margin, like I said. But I would put Scotty above Cade.
The Cade, and I think Cade's gonna be more. I can't even say winning. Like, I think that Scotty and Cade impact in different ways. And I think Cade will have the opportunity to impact more, if that makes sense. Potentially.
Same.
That's exactly. It's by margins though. And then I also think Paolo is going to be.
I don't care. Put Scotty at 6.
I think Paolo is good. I love Scotty too, man. You know how I feel about Scotty. I put you on Scotty.
The only reason I
bought a jersey the first week of the season.
The only reason I would put Chet above Paolo is the potential if his body fills out, he can move like a guard, and he blocks shots like Rudy Gobert.
And then the argument for Paolo, though, is that he can be a franchise,
Chet is
LeBron.
So could Chet.
I don't think Chet could be LeBron.
I think Chet could be.
I don't think a 7-foot
best
guard
player in the NBA.
Really?
Yes, I think he could be a Giannis.
Whoa!
Like unicorn. I've never
You did a good job right there. That was your best argument all night.
Giannis is Greek freak,
That was your best. Chet's moving up. Chet's moving up to 8. And there's a tie at 6. There's a tie between Cade and Scotty.
Scotty is 6.
I can't do that only because I think Cade will be a better scorer there.
That's it.
Scotty
is a better defender.
Scotty's
gonna be a better rebounder. Scotty's gonna be.
I think Cade will have the keys to a franchise
So is Scotty.
longer than Scotty.
No.
Scotty won't have the keys until Fred and Pascal are gone.
Scotty is a co-owner of the keys. They literally said he's the franchise guy.
I love Scotty.
He's a stand-up guy.
I love Scotty.
We all love Scotty.
Shout out Coach Carr, his high school coach. But
Also, Zion's moving up.
all right, that's where I'm not taking that.
Zion's
I'm
moving
sorry, like a guy with his size and injury history cannot move into this top three. Like
But
I think the
also
top
his
three.
potential is the best on this whole list.
That's number one is number one. Like
Number one's number one, but he's number two because of the injuries.
I can understand him moving into 3.
2.
I don't see 2. I think
2 is moving back to 5. 4.
Whoa.
4. 4.
2?
Not
2's
3. Moving back to 4.
All right, let's give you the top
3's
4.
staying.
So the top 3 are him. So 3 is Jason Tatum, 2 is Ja Morant, and 1 is Luka. So I'm gonna be straight up. Luka is staying at 1. The guy's gonna be the best player in the league in 2 years. Like he's going to win a title within the next 3 to 4 years. Like no doubt. Luka could do that.
He could.
The magic is there. I
But
don't think
anyone
on this list could do that.
I don't think anyone can win by themselves nowadays.
I don't think anybody on this list could except Luka.
Best year LeBron couldn't win in this NBA by himself.
I'm looking at the league right now. Okay, the Bucks have a handful of years left. The Warriors, handful of years left.
No.
The
People
Warriors
are going
are
to
tough.
want Warriors. Yeah, no, Warriors have a lot more than a handful of years.
They'll be, but after this run, they're gonna be solid, but not great for a little bit.
Can we add somebody to honorable mention? Moses Moody.
That's somebody that I was like, do I put him in?
Just put him in the honorable mention.
Honorable mention Moses Moody. That's fair. But all right, I think Luka made it to the Western Conference Finals this year, with the help of Jalen Brunson being the second best player on the team.
Who's the best player in New York?
I forgot you
You
think
should
that.
check out our previous podcast.
I
for
forgot
that.
about that. You think he's the best
He
player?
is going to be the face of New York.
Not until they get somebody
Also,
from Utah.
another co-owner.
Imagine when they get the guy from Utah. Then New York will
No,
be first team.
people forget that Brooklyn's also in New York. So
But okay.
hometown team.
So you were saying Ja should move back to 4?
Ja should be 4.
My argument
Zion
for
should be
Ja,
2.
my argument for Ja, is that I don't think any other player on this list besides Luka could be the face of a city like that.
Zion.
Like cultural
Jesus.
icon, like Tatum ain't an cultural icon.
Deuce. And Tatum,
Deuce is a cultural icon.
both of them.
Zion hasn't played basketball in a long
Jason
time.
Tatum
So, like,
made that.
I'm willing to move Zion to 3. I can't get him into the
2.
top 2.
You're moving Jason Tatum back?
I can move Tatum back because based on potential, how much better could Jason Tatum get? Defensively and
true.
as a playmaker, yes. It's the same thing as Brandon Ingram, but just on a different level, right?
That's true, but how much?
Zion,
I
the
think you
ceiling
also-
is
also-
the sky.
You also have to take into account injuries for Ja Morant, just because I am so scared every time the guy lands.
Yes, but he hasn't
lot
been
of people
hurt
say that.
hurt like that. He hasn't been hurt like Zion, right?
One jump, he could be.
But Zion's the same thing. When that man jumps up, you're not scared that he's going to land and break something with
doesn't-
all that weight.
That's
There's two different
a
things.
thing.
Yes.
I just.
All right,
Have
I'm
you
gonna-
seen pictures of him?
I'm going to
He
move
looks
Tatum
really
back.
good.
I'm going to move Tatum to 4.
I think he's going to be all NBA, borderline all NBA first team this year if he could stay healthy for 70 games. But that's the big
It's going to be interesting to see how he's played, too. Because him as point Zion, dude was awesome. Oh, my God.
Which
Most
they could
efficient
definitely
scorer
do
in
this year.
basketball. Could they, though? With the amount of
CJ
guards that
already
they
played
have?
off ball.
They already have, like, 85 point guards on roster.
Well, but CJ was their starting point guard.
Yeah.
CJ could play off ball as well as he could play on ball. Point Zion, you got Valanciunas, Ingram, that's 4, right?
And then Herb
4.
Jones.
And then either Herb Jones, Trey Murphy.
Herb Jones. Herb Jones should be on this list.
He should be also in honorable mentions, but like whoever else you want, that's all I'm saying. You could throw Jose Alvarado in a corner.
I can't move him above Ja.
I could. I have the reins.
I'm more worried for I'm more worried for Zion's long term than Ja's long term. That's the difference.
I would say equal. For me, equal.
I think Ja showed this year that he could be, like, if he stays healthy, better than the Derrick Rose.
Do you want another good argument? What was their record without Ja?
Better team. You can't argue.
What was their record without Ja?
Like, they lost 3 games, 2 games?
In the regular season, yeah, playoffs.
But, okay.
Yes,
So,
he is the face of the city.
The Pelicans also made the playoffs without Zion, correct?
Yes.
Right? I'm not screwing that one up.
Yeah,
right?
you got that right. But
so you have two teams that have solidified an identity without their star, but the star makes them a whole new level. Like, I think the Pelicans, because they have Zion this year, are seen as a possible, like, second round Western Conference Finals, like, yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you, like, a healthy season of Ja and Darren Jackson.
Darren Jackson's already out for most.
No. I mean, like, when the playoffs come, when it's time to brawl.
We said healthy season. I'm just clarifying for you.
When it is time to brawl in the playoffs.
Healthy playoffs. Yeah.
Healthy playoffs for both. They both have that Western Conference Finals, like, potential. The West is very deep this year, but I mean that it, like, if we're gonna just talk, I think Ja could honestly be on San Antonio right now. Like, if you just threw him in San Antonio, they would be a 7 seed.
No.
Yeah.
No. N-O.
What about Zion? Throw him in San Antonio right now.
Same thing. San Antonio just sucks.
What about Luka? Yes. Playoffs.
No.
Playoffs.
No.
Playoffs. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Because Luka would get fed up and not play.
No, he wouldn't.
Yes, he would.
He plays. He's a gamer.
Luka would get fed up.
He's a gamer.
He
gets fed up with the refs, not his teammates.
Because that team's not built for Luka. They don't got the shooters
Dallas,
like that. I mean, they have Dougie McBuckets.
Dallas back to the Western Conference Finals.
Speaking of a guy on the trade block that people should go after, Dougie McBuckets. It's a bad contract, but that was off topic. Zion's too, and I'm sticking on that hill. I gave you DeJounte.
You did give me DeJounte.
I was thinking for the future. I was planning. It's all a scheme. Just for this.
All right, what do you want more? Zion at 2 or Scotty at 6?
No. We're not.
No.
We're not arguing this.
What do you?
Because Scotty is at 6.
Scotty and Kate are tied.
No, Scotty's 6. Okay, so Zion and Ja tied? Because we both had the same. You basically said they were tied.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, they're tied. Scotty 6. Please move Scotty.
All right, Luka's the best.
You gave me the choice. Luka is the best. Luka
will be the best.
Top 3 player in the NBA. And he still has a lot of room to grow. We saw a lot of growth in him last season defensively.
As he grows as a defender, man, that's going to be scary hours, man. I don't know.
I just don't know how good he can get as a defender. Like how we were talking about Brandon Ingram. He has like all the assets physically. Luka's not the best athlete. He's not the longest player.
But I think what he does in all other aspects of the game,
Yeah, no, I'm just saying how much better could he get defensively?
Yeah. He already
How much
rebounds.
better could he get offensively?
He rebounds
He can
very
make
well.
better decisions.
I think his shot, if he gets a better second level where he like attacks a closeout and hits a pull up, stuff like that.
He already has. Oh, sorry. I was thinking myself. I was thinking. Just came out.
But like, you know what I mean, right? Because Luka tends to either like he's going to the rack, he's putting up a floater, or he's taking a step back three. Like if he attacked a closeout and knocked down a 15, 18 footer, I think that would make him ultimately unguardable. Like you can't leave him for a second. And then he's already the best passer in basketball.
Arguably, yes.
He could already score off the block.
Yeah, because he's so big and he plays point guard. Yeah.
He can do everything offensively. I just think his shot selection improves. He's going to be so much better.
A little bit better decision making too. Like that's nitpicky.
Yeah. Oh, very nitpicky. There's guys on this list that need a lot better
decision making. Yes.
Yeah.
But like for him to be like up there with Bron and Jordan, like
in 5 years, 2 rings.
Decision in that topic. Up there with LeBron and Jordan. He already arguably has one of the best IQs in basketball in the NBA.
Yeah.
It's like 23.
Yeah. That's what at the end of the day we're agreeing he's going to be the best player in basketball for a long time. So in terms of potential, he has to be number one.
But the thing I was saying, if he wants to be in that conversation with Jordan and LeBron, he has to be a better defender. Like, I don't want to say effort-wise. I mean, I don't know.
He did well in the playoffs,
yeah,
man.
He did solid, but he's got to be better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because he doesn't have that, like, crazy athleticism. He got a little sneaky athleticism. He got a little quick first step on it.
Yeah, he does.
And then... I don't know where I was going with that. I knew where I was going with that.
I feel like you were making a joke.
No, I was making a serious thing here, but I forget where I was going with that. So
it's okay. But any last comments about the list?
Just read through it quick.
So we'll go from 30 to 1. We got at 30 DeJounte Murray, 29 Anthony Simons, 28 Jamal Murray, 27 Jonathan Kuminga, 26 Franz Wagner, 25 DeAndre Ayton, 24 De'Aaron Fox, 23 Darren Jackson Jr., 22 Jared Allen, 21 Brandon Ingram, 20 Darius Garland, 19 Josh Getty, 18 Tyrese Halliburton, 17 Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 16 Jaden Ivey, 15 Trae Young, 14 LaMelo Ball, 13 Jabari Smith, 12 Bam Adebayo, 11 Evan Mobley, 10 Jalen Green, 9 Paolo Banchero, 8 Chet Holmgren, 7 Cade Cunningham, 6 Scotty Barnes, 5 Anthony Edwards, 4 Jason Tatum, 3 Zion Williamson, 2 Ja Morant, and 1 Luka Doncic.
You read that a little bit wrong, but it's okay.
Where did I screw up?
2 Zion Williamson, 2 Ja Morant, and did you say 7 Scotty Barnes, or did you say 6 Scotty Barnes? Oh, you did.
Yeah, I switched it.
So did you say 6 Cade Cunningham, 6 Scotty Barnes?
No. I swapped it.
No.
There's a list, no ties. Ties are for horseshoes, right?
No, there's a tie. Tie.
But this was a fun little, exercise. Get to dive into some of the young guys to look forward to for a long time. I think one guy that I'm very high on is Tyrese Halliburton. I'm excited to see him progress, especially with him getting the keys.
Just quick before we end this, who's your sleeper on the list?
Sleeper? Like
somebody, if we talked about this next year, that, could jump up to, top 10?
Tyrese.
Halliburton?
Yeah.
I would say someone like a Moses Moody or Kuminga.
I think Kuminga could easily, yeah.
I just feel like Moody's going to have a better year this year than Kuminga. Like he's gonna have not a bigger role than Kuminga, but a lot bigger role than he did last year, just because of the bench pieces that they lost.
Yeah.
And he's getting better as a player. But I think that somebody like Moses Moody would jump into this list and possibly like top 15.
Ooh, that high.
Yeah.
We'll see. But I like that. Those Warriors young guys, man. I think actually then Wiseman has the potential to be in the top 5.
I would say top 5. I would say
top 5.
I would say around 15. Yes.
All right, I'll say after Cade, I'll say he can be 8. Wiseman, a healthy Wiseman.
But also, you don't know. Paolo could be up there.
Yeah, they're
that 6, 7.
I'm saying a sleeper. I'm saying Wiseman.
Yeah, I'm just thinking different movement up top.
But that is it for us in terms of today's scheduled broadcasting. But for more content, if you enjoyed this, check out previous episodes of the podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Check out the YouTube channel. We just released a video about the Orlando Magic that we talked about earlier as we previewed them coming into next season. We'll have a video coming out this Friday that's WNBA related. Shout out to the W. And
you bumped the table.
But that's it, yeah. So thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed, and we will catch you in the next one. Peace.